Cult. The AW cult. Cult of personality. What's up, guys? It's the cult. Seriously, guys. AW here. Order, man. Welcome to my YouTube stream channel. Check out my channel for the first time and see what you like. Make sure to share, subscribe, comment below, please. Check out my videos. Check out everything else I do. My shorts, past videos, past streams if you want. Do all that. All right. We're gonna have fun tonight. Um, we're gonna have lots of fun tonight. That's the plan. Lots of fun. Okay. We're gonna talk about a little bit of Marvel, and we're gonna talk DC, and maybe we'll sprinkle in a little bit of Harry Potter because Harry Potter has oh sorry has found Harry Potter has found the trio. They're through the trio of Harry, Hermione, and Ron. They found the new who's gonna helm the next the new trio. We'll talk about maybe some of that tonight. All right, and also join membership, group membership, please down below. Um, two tiers, not overly expensive either tier, so make sure to join if you want, please. It's all up to you guys. So yeah, I'll see who's in the chat soon. I did see Patrick who watched it on replay. Will watch it on replay. It's fine. Watch it when he can. Appreciate it. Yeah, I hope to see Red, Degrassi, Red, Degrassi, Sideways, George, Blinded, 56K, my usual crew. I know Red and in Degrassi right now are kind of having a bit of a friendly spat in the DM group. Man, see, as soon as I call them out, they answer. Welcome. The cult is coming. Some members of the cult are coming here. Look, Res, Ray, L. I know what's going on with you. The yeah. Okay. See, I know what's going on here. Okay. I know the grass is gonna appear here. I guess we're the Thunderbolts team. I don't know if we're the Thunderbolts team. It's a 2 hour movie. 2 hour movie is fine. I'm okay with that. It doesn't really matter. It should be 2 hours. Um, but yeah. So yeah, we're kind of like the Thunderbolts, I guess. Um, we were just a cult, but we don't have a name. A name for the cult. That's kind of funny. I'm still laughing at that. The idea we're part of a cult. I hope Blinded joins. Last time we joined was Sunday. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. Was the Last of Us stream? That's what last time we joined. Was the Last of Us stream? Okay, so that was Sunday. Oh man. Okay, but this is not Last of Us. This is basically Marvel, DC, and maybe a little Harry Potter talk, right? So that's what this stream's gonna be about, basically. Okay, and so it's good to see Red, Hunter, and Sideways, and maybe in half an hour time, gift membership. I'll be doing gift membership. Okay, and speaking of which, make sure to join membership anyway. Okay, please. Wow, wow. Well, I just saw something from NXT. Apparently, we have a new NXT Women's Champion. Like a West Wrestling. The wow. Okay. Shocking. All right. All right. Wow. 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 Hope Blinded Braille comes on. I hope Blinded comes on. I talked to him last hour. Okay. I've talked to him last hour. But we'll get to this, man. We'll talk Marvel first, and then we'll get to James Gunn, DC Peacemaker. Basically, yeah, basically all that. Okay, all that. Okay, we'll get to all that. Okay, yesterday I made a video on this, but I didn't stream yesterday, so that's why I wasn't up. But yesterday, rumored now, rumored keyword rumored reported by reported by Nexus Point News, something like that. Nexus Point News. I heard of them. I heard of them before, so they're not new to me. I heard of this site before. Okay, so what they've heard is what they heard. I'm tired, man. Tired. They heard that Mark Ruffalo will be returning as the Incredible Hulk. No, you would think it'd be Avengers Doomsday they would report on. No, 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 no. But and not Avengers Doomsday, but Spider-Man brand. The rumor is that the Flash is going to be Spider-Man today. But the rumor now they're saying is they're reporting on that Bruce Banner, Hawk, Mark Ruffalo will be returning as Incredible Hulk, and and at and Spider-Man Brand New Day. So Mark Ruffalo will be reprising the role as Bruce Banner the Hawk, and supposedly the reporting is Spider Brand New Day. Brand New Day. Here's the thing, guys. This is a rumor, right? This is still a rumor, Rumors are rumors for a reason, not confirmation, not truth. There's nothing, right? It's just supposedly they heard, and they heard it's not going to be a cameo. It's going to be a bigger role, right? It's going to be a role, like not a cameo. Okay, so that's that's the report from Nexus Point News, and sites started to run with it, right? Like discussion film and other sites. But here's the key thing. Like I said, it's a rumor. I don't like legit sites reporting on the word rumors. Okay, okay. Um, because most of the time, rumors are not true. Most of the time, rumors are not true, right? So, right, they are not accurate. They end up not coming true. Once in a while, a rumor is true, or sometimes a rumor will be eventually true down the road in a long time, but not relatively quick. Okay, this rumor, like I look, the idea of the Hawk and Spider-Man back in the day is not stupid. It's not a dumb idea, not a dumb concept. It could work. Like, and I'm gonna explain why it could work. Okay, in Spider-Man Brand New Day, why the Hawk could work in this, right? Even okay, the Incredible Hulk could work. Okay, look, in each of the Spider-Man movies, the first trilogy from Marvel Studios slash Sony, which by the way, I haven't heard good things about the Karate Kid, whatever. But that's a different story. But a first movie with Tom Holland leading a lead role of Spider-Man, right? Homecoming, Spider-Man Homecoming. Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. in it, right? Iron Man had Iron Man in it. Okay, had Iron Man in it. Next movie, they had Nick Fury in it, right? They had Nick Fury in Spider-Man Far From Home, right? And in the third movie, they had Doctor Strange. So they had a major character of the MCU appear in each Spider-Man movie, right? Iron Man, Nick Fury, Doctor Strange. Okay. So the idea of having the Hulk, Bruce Banner, in a Spider-Man movie is not stupid. It's not a stupid out of realm of possibility, right? With Plastic Four, I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's wait a while on that. Okay, let's be patient on that. Okay, it fits. To me, it kind of does fit if you go by the pattern of what they've done in the past. And yes, it's a brand new chapter for someone like Spider-Man. It's a brand new day. The title Brand New Day. Brand New Day basically implies it's a new beginning, a new chapter for Tom Holland Spider-Man. The saga, oh, Homecoming saga, is come to an end, and a new saga begins for this Spider-Man. Okay, Spider-Man. Okay, and so things are going to be different for him. This is he's going to be older, supposedly more wiser, grown up, more mature, and maybe he doesn't need to rely on an adult, another hero, another something like that, as much as he did in the first three movies that he started. But that's why you can look at Bruce Banner and Hulk in a different way than how you look at Iron Man. Iron Man was a mentor. Happy Hogan was kind of a mentor, right? For the second and third movie, was kind of there. Nick Fury wasn't really a mentor, right? He was just giving Spider-Man missions stuff to do, and Doctor Strange wasn't really a mentor either. Wasn't there like a right? Wasn't really a mentor either in that sense. But so the Hawks' role, Bruce Banner's role could be different. You see, the thing about Peter and Bruce Banner, what they have in common, what Peter has in common with Iron Man is very similar. They're into science. They're into science, right? They're very scientifically minded, right? Characters, people, right? And yes, like the thing is, the Hawk, Bruce Banner, his science is on his field expertise in the genre of science is different from Iron Man. From Iron Man, right? Iron Man, right, is a different kind of science, different kind of field. But I would think there's still intrigue, Hawk and Bruce Banner. There's still the thing that Hawk and Bruce Banner are into. I think it was still intrigue Spider Man, right? To me, because Spider Man's always been Peter's always been a curious kind of guy. He's always liked science. I think Spider Man. Well, if the idea something whatever science gamma waves whatever they're working on, whatever it is, whatever they would be, to team up in this movie. If he does end up in the movie, first of all, it has to be confirmed. Okay, I think whatever science that Bruce Banner is doing, I think it definitely would intrigue Peter, and Peter would want to learn and work on it because he's going to college, right? He has to find an interest. I mean, look, he's going to take some sort of science based program, right? Field, right, in college university, right? He's not gonna go into college university to take literature or journalism or become a lawyer, right? He's going to school. He's gonna study some form of science, right? Whatever science, whatever, and obviously science in the broader scale. There's all different forms of science in college, university, right? There's all different forms of science programs, right? So like obviously, there's hundreds of different types of sciences there, and he's gonna pick the one that interests him the most, right? And maybe that's relatable to Banner, Bruce Banner, right? And they can work. And obviously they'll team up. Take whatever villains that they're gonna have in store for the movie. That's obvious, right? Obviously they're gonna do that, right? That'd be funny. I mean, I went pass it behind them that they maybe do team up with the Fantastic Four in Spider-Man 5. But that's way down far the road, man. That's miles down the road. Thinking about Spider-Man 5. First of all, we have to get to Spider-Man 4. 4. Okay? And I'm putting this out. Invitation to. Okay. Alright, there we go. Look, this movie will lead us Avengers Doomsday. Avengers Doomsday, okay? And look, they got both of these characters in this movie, and both of them end up in Avengers Doomsday. Okay? Look, here's the thing. They may not announce that Tom Holland's gonna be Avengers Doomsday, but okay, until Spider-Man comes out next year, next year, okay. I even know I thought they announced that Tom Holland's gonna be Avengers Doomsday last year. Okay, now apparently even though they have a movie is ready to be filmed, apparently now this is taking a huge fucking grain of salt. Apparently, there's a kind of an impasse with Tom Holland and his representatives with Sony or Marvel Studios about what he should be paid, whatever. Okay, but I don't think that's true at all. Otherwise, they would be start filming at the end of the end of July. And the reports are they're going to start filming this movie end of July. And it's okay to have the Hulk in it. I know people are gonna, there's people like questioning why the Hawk would be in it. How does it work? How would it fit? It fits fine. It fits fine. Having a credible Hawk possibly in this movie will work. Will work because there are ways. Look in the comics. The Hawk is working with Spider-Man. Bruce Banner is working with Spider-Man. There are ways. Okay, there are ways you could have these two characters work in one movie. Okay. Yes, they haven't really look. They haven't really interacted in the Avenger movies, right? They really haven't. I don't even think they ever talk to each other in the Avenger movies. Uh, I don't know. I don't know if they ever interacted Avenger movies at all. I know Infinity War they were in New York at the time, right? Hawk landed in New York and Peter was in New York. But did the Hawk? I know that, but I don't know if they've interacted since. Also, like the thing is, and it's also true in No Way Home. Well, Spider-Man did interact with Doctor Strange in Infinity War, so it made sense that they 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 um, he went to Doctor Strange in No Way Home. They did interact in Infinity War. It's true, they did. They did interact. But yeah, I mean, look at the toys, Degrassi. I see you're posting all those toys. I'm excited for that. I don't know where Blind is in here. You hate you don't. How can you hate Spider Man? That's a lie. You don't hate Spider Man. Now, here's the thing about Nexus Point News. They don't post a lot of rumors. Okay, okay, they don't. They don't. They don't post. They're not. And then I want to say there's actually a scooper, a site that just posted scoops, right? Like Dan RPK, My Time to Shine, and others. I've seen their website. They don't really post rumors all that often. Very rarely, maybe a couple times every few weeks. All right. So so okay. They do. Okay. So you could maybe trust them a little more than Red is JJJO. You could trust there's blind. You could trust them more than the typical scoopers that we talk about. Okay, that we talk about. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I could believe this rumor is. I could believe this is possible. It's not a far fetched possibility of the Hawk being being in this movie. Okay, being in this movie. It's not really a far fetched idea having the Hawk, Incredible Hawk in Spider-Man Brand New Day. It's not really a far fetched idea. It's not a stupid idea. Even if it's a rumor. Even if it's a rumor. There are rumors that don't fucking make sense at all, which we see all the time and we just throw it away in the wastebasket, the garbage can, garbage. And there's rumors that I can see this working, and this is one of these rumors. Oh, here's the George. Okay.
What's going on?
Welcome to the cult, George. Welcome to the cult, George. That's what's going on. Blinded, all right. Yeah, blinded. You coming on? Let's talk about this rumor. This rumor about the Hawk being Spider-Man, Brand New Day.
I'm doing good. My Knicks are losing, but you know what? I think I've just given up on them in the postseason this year.
They losing to they're not making a comeback.
No, let me check the score. Let's see. They're down by 13 with 6 minutes left in the game.
I'm sorry, but you got better players than the Pacers. I'm sorry.
That's the crazy thing. We got better players, but the Pacers just played better.
Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy. We're about to have a Thunders versus Pacers finals, and the Thunders are gonna sweep the Pacers.
Oh yeah,
They're gonna play a real team.
oh yeah. All right. You, so you saw this rumor? Did you see this rumor yesterday?
Yeah. I saw the rumor yesterday. I was like, wow, Hulk and Spider Man together. Like that would be a dream scenario.
And, and I know it's just a rumor, right? But it's not a far fetched. It's not a stupid idea.
I mean, well, here's the thing. We've been hearing rumors of who's going to be in the movie for some time. First, it was Daredevil. I remember Ant Man was rumored. Um, I think at one point they were rumoring Star Lord. I was like, are you for real?
No, see, Star Lord just doesn't fit.
Yeah. So it's like I feel like the Hulk.
Yeah,
Like there's a lot to you can do with that. I feel like.
I honestly
I don't
think,
know if he would be my first choice to appear in this movie. I have like two other choices that I would have preferred in the movie.
I don't see how Star Lord works with Spider Man. That's I don't see how that works. I see how Hawk works with Spider Man. I mean, Bruce Banner and Peter are both into science, and that works. Um, who are you suggesting? Who's the other two?
So because since now Brand New Day is scheduled to come out before Doomsday, I feel like for me personally, like if I were to write Spider-Man Brand New Day now that it's happening before Doomsday, I would have had probably either Sam Wilson or Yelena because if you saw at the end of Thunderbolts, like Sam Wilson's not happy that there's a new Avengers team,
And they are
and since he's putting together his own team, not knowing who Spider-Man is, but remembering that Spider-Man once fought against him on Tony's Avengers and fought alongside him in the final battle in Endgame. Maybe he's trying to recruit and he decides to recruit Spider-Man who wants nothing to do with team ups.
mm-hmm.
And then there's Yelena who might want to recruit Spider-Man since the new Avengers are stationed in New York City.
Yeah.
Like maybe like not like a Civil War scenario, but more like, two different fractions of Avengers trying to recruit Spider-Man, and one maybe being someone like Yelena who might understand what Peter's going through or Spider-Man's going through, feeling alone. Because that was one of the key things about her character in Thunderbolts was like she hated feeling alone and depressed.
Oh yeah, he is kind of alone now.
So it's like maybe Spider-Man could be going through the same thing and maybe she's a character that gets him out of that funk. And as for like Sam Wilson, like maybe like playing that dynamic of bringing back his Avengers past
Yeah.
or being in that bigger world past.
The question is, Do they remember Spider-Man fighting alongside the Avengers against Thanos, but not the guy who under the mask?
I mean, well, here's the thing: like people will remember that Spider-Man fought, but not who's behind the mask.
Yeah. So they
And,
would.
and honestly, like I would because let's face it, no hero came to Peter's defense when he was framed by Mysterio. It would be nice for like Peter to confront another hero and be like, "Where were you when Mysterio framed me?"
Yeah.
Like maybe he confronts like Sam Wilson, and Sam Wilson opens up and says like he was dealing with the flax what was that group called from Falcon and Winter Soldier, the Flag Smashers.
Masters. Yeah.
Like maybe he can bring that up and say I was dealing with that in the aftermath, and maybe making a promise saying like we can have your back now if you join us.
Well, that's the thing. They didn't have a lot of people's back post Avengers. Unfortunately, the Avengers teams.
Wait,
Or
what?
well, they didn't have a lot of people's backs post Endgame. They all went separate ways, and
Yeah. And maybe like this could also be like something that does something for Sam Wilson's character where he realizes like like the consequences of the Avengers like sitting out for so long. Like that's who I think would make that's who I would have in Spider-Man Brand New Day, especially because maybe the end of the movie can have it where, maybe Yelena and Sam help Spider-Man in some shape or form, but they don't help him fight the main bad guys. He fights them himself. And maybe he tells them while he doesn't want to join their teams, he doesn't mind helping them out or maybe doing part-time work.
yeah,
And that can set up him being in Doomsday where either Sam or Yelena like get him involved.
yeah, he is better as a non-Avenger. I mean, he has been Avenger, but he is better as someone on his own. Um, he's more a vigilante than a government hero. The Avengers are not vigilantes. I'm sorry, they're not vigilantes. They work for the government, basically. Um, I I think he's gonna become. I think he's gonna get the black suit. That's what I think is gonna happen. I
I think
don't
that'd
think
be cool.
because that black symbiote is still in that part that left. That's still in that universe from the end of No Way Home. It's still in that universe. I think he's gonna get the black suit. I think because no, they did say Secret Wars. Specific Secret Wars is gonna be a mix of one from a decade ago and one from the 80s, early 90s. So, and that's when Venom, Black Suit was introduced in Secret Wars. So I think we're gonna get a Black Suit Spider-Man, Black Suit Spider-Man in the Avenger movies at least, and possibly in DC after the Avenger movies. I don't see the need for Venom. Venom might make an MCU debut in the next 5 to 10 years, maybe. A new Like I personally think they should have gone to Tom Hardy. Unfortunately, that deal got close to have Tom Hardy introduced to face Tom Holland Spider-Man, but things didn't work out. Obviously, that would have been great if they got Tom Hardy MCU. I do think they're gonna get Black Suit Spider-Man, and they're gonna do it right this time. Unlike Spider-Man 3, they're gonna do it right this time.
Well, I think they should have it where like maybe halfway through the movie or maybe closer to the end of the movie he gets it because if like the rumored villains are like Scorpion and Tombstone, they're gonna be a big threat to him.
Oh yeah, but if the Hawks in the movie, I don't know if they're much of a threat anymore. The Hawk there. Yeah, but to me, the problem is Tombstone and Scorpion. I mean, I don't know if they're the big overall threat like a Mr. Negative would be, or like I don't know, like Tombstone doesn't fit to me that bill. Scorpion maybe. Uh, Mr. Negative kind of fits that bill. They've taken it because they kind of use a lot of the big name Spider-Man villains in No Way Home. Obviously, this is a multiverse, so they could technically introduce a 616 Hawk, 616 Green Goblin. They could. I don't know. There's who else is there? I mean, you can't use Craven anymore unless they want to redo that. I don't know what other big villain is. Scorpion. I was thinking from trying to think from video games that recently. I mean, Rhino wouldn't be that. I don't know. Look, I know they can't use Kingpin. They only can use Kingpin on the TV side of things. Um, Daredevil, I don't think will be in the movie. I don't think it'll be in any of the movies. I don't think it's gonna happen. Um, I don't know. But the Hawk the Hawk is not a dumb idea. It's not really a far fetched like throwaway rumor. Like, yeah, this is unbelievable. This is not like, it's unbelievable. Not it's not believable kind of bullshit thing that most people that we talk about come up with. Right? I think it's something you can believe, but once again, it's still a rumor. And the rumor is there's a rumor going out there that Marvel Studios is I don't think it's true, but they might skip Comic Con this year. If you heard, might skip Comic Con this year.
That wouldn't be a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, they would have enough footage for Avengers Doomsday they would have enough like a tease for Avengers Doomsday because they're filming right now and it'll be in July, so they would have enough footage to maybe tease Avengers Doomsday and maybe a Doom casting. But I don't know if they want to like I don't know, and that's the only thing they have right from the movie side of things. So I don't know if they want to showcase Daredevil and Vision's Crest. I too like, and they just may wait to D23 or New York Comic Con for at least Vision's Crest and Daredevil. Um, I don't know if like the thing is because Avengers Doomsday is being like right, it's being moved back to December of next year, and they could basically wait to Comic Con next year if they wanted to. If they wanted to, whatever, right? What the hell is streaming university? I gotta check this out. No, I'm not going to streaming university. I'm not paying for that. I'm not paying for that. I can do it free at home. Yeah, no, no. With Kai, cause with Kai, his neighbor's a Diddy man. I'm not going. I'm not gonna enroll in a university that the founder is neighbors with P Diddy. You think? Yeah. No way, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, you do that, Red. You do that, Red. You go. Oh, by the way, there is a Marvel casting. I forgot that say on here. They got the villain. They announced another villain for Vision's Crest. It's I don't know her name, but I seen her in the Mike Flanagan shows. What's her name? Tina T Miller. They casted Jocasta. I think that's her name. The character. The character name is Jocasta. The actress is Jocasta is the AI creation that's married, kind of married to it's like Ultron, wife of Ultron. What's her name? I can't. I'm looking. I know where the actress is from. I just don't know her name. T T Nia Miller. Yeah, Nia Miller. Who's gonna play? Yes, Jocasta in Vision's Crest. Who is gonna be a villain? Like I said in the comics, she is kind of like creation by Ultron as the kind of like Ultron's significant other. I know it's weird, but hey, it makes more sense than Vision and Wanda being a couple with a robot and an actual living being a couple. You have two robots here, and so I assume I don't know if Ultron per se is truly coming back, but we'll see. But yeah, I just got it's kind of under radar casting. That's that hasn't really been talked about. But yeah, we got Jocasta and Vision's Crest. Because a lot of people don't know who the actress is. The only time if you watch my Flanagan shows on Netflix, you'll know who I'm talking about. She was in two of them: House of Blind Manor and House the Fall of Usher. I think Degrassi knows because I think he watches those shows. The my Flanagan shows on Netflix. I'm gonna try. All right. So yeah. So that's to let you all know. I forgot to mention that. Before we segue to DC, George, you're a big Harry Potter fan. Um, I think you're well aware because I know you're a big fan. Like I just said a second ago, they cast a trio,
That's right.
right? Um, yeah. So like Harry, Ron, and Hermione have been cast guys for the upcoming HBO Harry Potter show, and Hermione. There's people don't like the casting of Hermione just because of her skin color.
But okay, honestly, I'm just gonna. I'll say this about Hermione. I'm gonna come to the casting of Hermione's defense. First of all, like her skin color is really, it's not that noticeable. Like what they like the change.
She's not. It's not like she's black or dark. She's
It's
just
not like
dark.
the Popeye. Can't pronounce his last name. Who's playing Snape?
Yeah.
But I'll say this. I think she looks like her face and her hair look more like Hermione in the books than Emma Watson. Like her hair looks like it looks like if they style her hair right, it can come across as bushy.
Arabella Stanton. That's her name. Here's the
Um
thing. She's she she she's not. I don't know if she has a Wikipedia page. Honestly,
no,
I
it's
don't think so.
because they're young.
Yeah. Um.
Harry, the actor that plays Harry, he looks fine. I mean, I think Daniel Radcliffe looks better in the role, but you know what? These are kids. Don't want to like.
Did we
They're
get?
gonna face a lot of dumb trolls. Ron, the actor that plays Ron, looks perfect for
That's
Ron.
she's a British actress. Um. Eye color hazel brown. Hair color brown. Look, I don't know what her background is. To me, it doesn't matter. She's still considered white. White people are not. There's white people that are darker too. You know, like there's there's dark white. Also, you know, like people you have to understand. There's dark white. And to me, it really doesn't matter. All right, it doesn't matter. I don't know. Like I don't know much about her. Right? She could. She's British, but um. So what? I know you have issues with Snape actor, not because it's not the same as a Phantom Menace because Phantom Menace is, you know, it's a different reason. It's because you don't think it's a good look having a, a black Snape get beat up by a bunch of guys that look white, right?
Well, it's not. It's not just that. It's like you're gonna have him join a gang of bigots. Like you gotta remember, the Death Eaters are wizarding bigots, not by
Oh, you
race, but
Slytherin,
by
but
your blood
Slytherin,
status. Like, are you pure blood, half blood, Muggle
Slytherin,
born? Are you a Muggle? They don't
Slytherin.
care about your skin color. They just care about your wizarding blood or lack of.
Yeah,
So
which
it's like you're gonna have him join a gang. You're gonna have a white girl in Lily Potter break off her friendship with him.
mm-hmm.
You're gonna have him call her a mudblood, the worst term to use in the wizarding world.
Yep,
Like people don't realize the implications of that. And also, you're gonna have him be mean to a bunch of kids who are mostly white. Like, you see how that's gonna look. And the thing is, Snape has a more precise description in the books than Hermione ever did. Like,
Yeah.
his skin color was always described as being pale.
Okay. I
Also,
think.
he's always been described as being ugly.
Yeah.
Popeye does not look like an ugly dude.
They gotta. Well, they gotta make makeup, costume. They gotta make him look
I mean, I
good,
know you
right?
can do costumes and all
Okay.
that, but are you gonna really put a
Hey,
greasy haired wig
what's
on
wrong?
this guy?
What's wrong with the hot Sirius Snape?
It's just, again, like, if anything, they should have waited to have this guy cast as Kingsley Shacklebolt, who would be the Minister of Magic after Deathly Hollows.
Yeah.
Like, they should have saved him for later on.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It,
But these
it's just
these kids have no acting experience. Period.
like, here's the thing. I don't mind the other castings. I don't mind the casting of the kids. I hope people don't bully them. I don't mind John Lithgow as Dumbledore. I love Nick Frost as Hagrid. I think that's an excellent casting choice.
You're gonna get bullied. I'm afraid the kids are gonna get bullied.
Yeah, I'm afraid so too. Because first of all, let's be clear. I know people are gonna bring up J.K. Rowling, and it's like, it ain't the kids' fault that J.K. Rowling made those dumb tweets. These kids probably don't even know anything about this kind of stuff. Maybe they do. I don't know, but I doubt they're really that invested into it.
They they just got an IDM page today. As this is announced, they just got these kids just got their own IDMB page today. I had an IDMB page before them. Okay, I really do have an IDMB page, guys. I do. These I'm just saying right now, guys. As this casting was announced, IDMB this their first their page just for these two castings just made today, and these exact same pictures from from today. I'm not kidding, guys. Like it's true. That's so, and that actually no different from the original trio. I believe they might have some theater, like school theater work, drama. I think some of them, but I'm pretty sure like Emma Watson had pretty much no experience acting. Dan Radcliffe, I think, is a little bit more had a little bit more experience, but not much. He was still relatively young. And you gotta understand, yeah, like you said, eight we're catching young kids because you know movies and TV shows. There's always kids act right. There's always kids, right? I don't like to criticize kids acting when they're right. I don't like criticizing kids even when they're teenage age because that's not it's not like George. It's not like in sports, right? In sports, when they're late 20s, 30s, you could criticize a player for not being good or whatever, right? Not right, like right. For kids, you can't do that because they haven't reached their potential. They haven't reached where they possibly go. You have to give them time to get better, right? Right? Kids are young. They have to get better. They learn, right? You can't criticize a kid at 10 years old, 9 years old, 8 years old, 7 years old, 6 years old, whatever, because you're not gonna get the best acting. They're kids. Like they're kids. It's and these kids are gonna probably get bullied because of that. And look, you see, the thing is, those three kids of the original trio, they did get better as they went on. Emma Watson, I don't know what she's been doing. I think she's doing a lot of activist work. Radcliffe has turned out to be a pretty solid actor. Juan Weasley has decided to become more, what's his name? Rupert Grint has decided to become more independent, smaller stuff, right? They turn out to be good
Yeah.
actors, right? Like, sure, some of them could turn out to be good. These kids could end up one day becoming good actors, right? And look, they're gonna be supplanted. They're gonna be supplanted in this show, right? They're gonna be helped by some pretty damn good actors, like John Lithgow. John Lithgow, they're having John Lithgow there as a not just as Dumbledore, but as an actor there, being who's been in the industry for decades, will help. They're gonna be the actors they hired, the actresses they hired, they're not just going to be acting right for the roles. They're not just going to come in and be do their parts. They're probably going to be mentors and teachers to the younger kids too, to help them, to help them. Because I'm sure Alan Rickman, Maggie Smith, whoever on the first Harry Potter, the second Harry Potter, did the exact same thing with the three there, right? They're right. They're there to mentor them, to help them. Like that's what they're there for. You have to get good actors who've been around, the experienced actors to help these young kids usher in and to teach them and mentor them and look out for them. I like the cast: John Lithgow, Nick Frost. I like Nick Frost. I wonder who's gonna be who is they don't have Voldemort, huh? The man.
Let me see. I know they casted Professor Quirrell, the guy who's
Oh,
back at the head he's on.
yeah, Luke Thal and Professor Quirrell. Yeah, I saw that.
Let's see. They've casted. They also casted Filch, the caretaker with the cat.
Yeah. Um. Look, I like some. I like who they cast for roles. Okay. I like John Little. John Little.
Yo, Knicks are about to go down 3-1. They're gonna lose this by 8 points with 6 seconds left.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, Pacers about to go to the NBA Finals.
Well, yeah. They need to just win in New York.
I mean, yo, how crazy is that? Paul George can never get into the NBA Finals, but Tyrese Halliburton in his third season with the Knicks is about to do it.
Paul George was actually better. I guess. I don't know.
Like, here's the thing: Tyrese Halliburton, he's like Reggie Miller. He doesn't put up big numbers, but in the clutch, he will pull it off.
Yeah. Star Wars is dead. MCU. Why are we talking Star Wars? What? Um. I think
You can't even spell Knicks correct, Red.
spelling Nichols. I don't
What,
think
the
it's.
Nickelodeons? Nick.
I don't think this is a bad idea for this. Like I'm gonna give the show a chance.
Oh
Okay.
gosh, the denial of reality from certain Knicks fans. We've been down. Come on, teams have come back down 3-1 and like, what? Are you for real right now?
Which team has come back from 3-1 in the conference finals?
No one's.
Yes.
But yeah, well, who was last team that did that? The Warriors that won
The
73
Warriors did it.
games.
Oh yeah, they did it. But wasn't like Chris Paul hurt or something? Or was it Chris Paul? No,
No, it was against the Thunder.
Thunder. Yeah, yeah. That
Kevin.
was 10 years ago.
Yeah, no. Like, what happened was the Warriors were down 3-2. They weren't down 3-1.
Okay. I know there's like a percentage. Like there's a percentage who comes and it's who comes back from 3-1. Uh, Wait, didn't Nick Cleveland come back 3-1 in the finals? I thought Cleveland came back from 3-1 in the finals.
Yeah, in the finals. But I'm talking about like the conference finals. Yeah, they had LeBron James and Kyrie.
Yeah, but
And
yeah,
Draymond Green got suspended for a game.
yeah, that's true. All right, so all right, yes. All right, guys, we're gonna move to DC. You know, Washington DC, guys. I'm kidding, not Washington DC. This is already
The
the final.
Washington Wizards. They
Yeah,
suck. That's all I can say.
it sucks so much that they can't even get a first overall pick. Uh, all right, all right. James Gunn, guys, has teased that there's gonna be more cameos in Peacemaker, and one big cameo in Peacemaker. Okay, Now, Blinded thinks it's gonna. Blinded's been telling me for weeks now. He thinks Superman is gonna make a cameo and and Peacemaker, and he's so dead on. He really wants he really wants to rub it in my face and Degrassi's face for it to come true. Ask him himself whenever he comes on, or just DM him or whatever, or just X tweet him. Right, James Gunn said this, right? Even more cameos, one would be a cameo. And here's a twist, guys. I think it will be Superman. So, Blinded, if you hear this, you won't be able to rub it in my face because I still think now I think it's gonna be Superman. Yeah, yeah, Blinded. Come on, me, bro. Okay, okay. So we expect more cameos in Peacemaker, which comes out in 2 months, season two, and right now the hype for Peacemaker. You can hardly hear me. Really, my volume's down. No. Oh my god, it is low. Okay, okay. Um, Let me fix that then. Sound settings. Let me see where my volume is on my mic. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, it was kind of low. Yeah, okay. It should be better now. Let me just make sure. Okay, 81. Okay, all right. Wooker's character cracks me up. That's not the cameo. That's confirmed. um, but the hype for Superman is. I mean, this week, starting things are starting to get more into fruition with promoting Superman. The Superman McFarlane toys were showcased. Dairy Queen, um, other things. Degrassi will remind me, and there's hype for Superman. People are talking about Superman more than Fantastic Four. I'm sorry, I see more Superman talk than Fantastic Four. I do.
But if you listen to certain people, you wouldn't think so.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, certain people, and
You know,
certain people
certain
think
hack,
certain people think I'm in a cult.
who makes weird movies.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That movie, good lord.
Wait, where was that? Where was that?
I gotta show that. I want to show that. I want to do like a movie night with like friends from work and be like, "Yo, look at this movie that 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 this person made and see how awful it is."
Film Friday drop it tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central, 12 noon our time. So there's a lot of promotion, and there's a lot of promotion for Fantastic Four. I mean, ESPN, which is owned by Disney, I mean, they promoted Fantastic Four with the playoff stuff for the other round. There's
Well, here's the thing. I think more people because this is inside the NBA's last season. I think more people are tuning into the inside the NBA playoff games than
I
the ESPN games.
I like the TNT crew better than the ESPN crew.
Same here. Listen, Shaq, Ernie, Chuck, and Kenny. Listen, I love using Charles Barkley quotes. Guaranteed.
But yeah, so of course, ESPN is wise to promote Fantastic Four. And actually, I was watching the game yesterday, the Western Conference Final game. Fantastic Four. They showed a condensed version of the second trailer. You know, the second trailer come a couple weeks ago. It was about 2 minutes long. They showed a kind of like an hour, not an hour, a minute long condensed version of that trailer on TV. In the fourth quarter, I believe. During the fourth quarter. So it's smart on ESPN to promote Fantastic Four because it is Disney, and I'm pretty sure TNT has done the same thing with who Super who George who gets to broadcast who gets to broadcast Superman. I mean broadcast the finals. Do you know?
ESPN, unfortunately. Sorry, I'm getting something out of the bag. That's why there's so much rustling.
Thursday Hasbro Fantastic Four Space Golf will probably be going to characters reveal and teases. Yeah, they're gonna spoil things.
Well, I remember like back in 2017, I remember like Spider-Man Homecoming was taking full advantage of the NBA Finals with their marketing.
Mm-hmm. But so Peacemaker though, they promoted they TNT did promote Peacemaker a couple weeks ago. They had John Cena on set. Yeah, George's Microsoft. They had John Cena on set a couple weeks ago. I watched it. I know Degrassi showed me a clip of it, but I did see it. Um, I wish he was a character, but whatever. John Cena recently did a Fan Expo in Philadelphia. Okay. John Cena is going to be at Comic Con with James Gunn to talk about Peacemaker. That's confirmed. James Gunn confirmed that John is going to be at Comic Con along with him, with James Gunn, of course. And he says it's going to talk about other stuff. Now, the thing is, what other stuff? What other stuff? That's the question. Is he just going to give an update on updates? So does Fantastic Four Degrassi. So does Fantastic Four. They have that NHL, NBA, MLB too, man. They have that too. It really doesn't matter, right? It really doesn't matter. Um, because I know NHL was promoting Captain America, and baseball was promoting Thunderbolts. And there's no NHL and NBA in July for Fantastic Four. There is MLB, so MLB will probably promote Fantastic Four, right? So um, it really doesn't matter. They'll advertise anything, right? Um, curious. So yeah, so I'm curious because James Gunn said he replied to somebody on I don't know which account, social media, one of his social media accounts. Yeah, John's gonna be there with him, and he's gonna talk and more things. He's gonna talk about more things. I don't know if it's gonna be like updates on projects or it's gonna be like new announcements, surprise castings. Um, like John Campia said on his show today. He thinks they're gonna announce the DCU's Batman at Comic Con, and he's putting a lot of he's raging a lot on it. Like he's gambling a lot. He's not physically gambling, but if he was gambling, he's gambling a lot on this San Diego that James Gunn is going to announce the DCU's Batman. DCU's Batman, which they announced Clayface, right? They're gonna have to announce Clayface at Comic Con. I think they'll announce Clayface at Comic Con. I think I'm gonna say this. I don't know about them casting DCU's Batman, but I wouldn't be surprised if they announce who's gonna play Clayface at Comic Con. Oh man, unfortunately, Fan Expo in Toronto's after Peacemaker, and I think they might make sure to. And I think the WWE they might make sure to keep the title on him for at least Peacemaker World Tour. But they might announce who's gonna be they might announce who's gonna play Clayface at Comic Con. My bet is they're gonna announce who's gonna play Clayface. My bet is they're gonna have Millie Alcock and others from Supergirl gonna be there. The Lanterns, I can see the Lanterns cast being there. And I think there's, I don't know them about to announce the new films and new TV shows. I just think James Gunn will just give me updates on maybe projects are not in production, maybe like Brave and the Bold, things like that. But I don't expect, oh, there's gonna be like, it's gonna be a bunch of major things. The DCU's Batman,
I love Aunt Degrassi's comment. I'm sorry.
prompted. DCU's Batman.
John Campy is the Mike Zeros and Matt Jarbos. You know what? I'll say this about Mike Zero and Matt Jarbo. One thing they have in common, they look like they can be villains in a Kevin Smith movie.
Well, no. No, they don't, man. Charles Barkley's not going to work with ESPN, man. They're going to ESPN. Didn't you know that, Red? They're going to ESPN, right? Isn't that where they're going, George?
Yeah, that's where they're going.
Oh man, Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley. You know, Shannon Sharp is gone for 2 days. This has been like kind of like taking.
Oh yeah, because Shannon was
Yes.
he didn't do what he was advised to do, which was to stop hanging out, stop talking to those OF girls that are on the younger side.
Yeah, so they should replace him, Charles Barkley.
Oh my, yo, Chuck and Stephen A yelling at each other, or you know what? Have Shaq also on there and have Shaq say to like Kendrick Perkins, "Google me, Perk, Google me."
Don't believe these rumors about Marvel coming to San Diego Comic to make announcements. I don't think they might. There's rumors out there they may not be at Comic Con this year. I think we kind of keeping it too. The thing about Batman is the thing about. I mean, Shannon Sharp is still doing his YouTube show though. I watch it with Chad Johnson, Roger Cinco from the NFL. I watch it time to time. He has Gilbert Arenas sometimes on. He has like last time I saw his show, he had like who Joel Johnson, former Hawk, Joel Johnson, former Sun. Um, but I don't know about DCU's Batman. I do think they'll announce. The question is, if I was in the press, yeah, if I was in the press after the Comic Con announcement, if they do announce Clayface, who's going to be as Clayface, and nothing else, I would ask them, like, are you going to cast? Is Batman going to be in this film? And he'll probably say no, but I think everybody's in agreement that Batman has to be in the Clayface film, um, because this is DCU. This is a fucking Black Label film like the Joker, where you have the police capture the Joker. This is freaking Clayface, and this isn't the Clayface serial killer kind of inspiration. This is Clayface where he's gonna have be body full of clay and be able to shapeshift. Because we've seen it in DCU, we've seen Clayface in Future Commandos, so it'll be similar like that. You fucking need Batman in this film, okay? Like, you need Batman. Just saying. I'm just saying, you need Batman. Degrassi says you need Batman. Almost everybody here, baby, probably except Red, probably disagrees with me that you need Batman in this film. Um, but you really do need Batman in this film. Okay? It's, and the anticipation for Warner Brothers, for, for DC, for DC Studios, it's not going to be Superman, right? Because Superman's going to be 2 weeks. When Comic Con happens, right? When Comic Con happens, Superman will be in theaters for 2 weeks. I think what people are going to expect, maybe something on, I maybe something on Supergirl, because Supergirl does come out next year. When does Supergirl come out? July. George is typing something. What are you typing? An article?
No, I'm making a post about the state of the Knicks
Oh,
on my Facebook because you know what? Here's the thought process that I had.
June 26th. Okay.
As disappointing as it is that the Knicks are about to lose, there is something that is at the same time I feel like there's something rewarding about seeing a Pacers team post Paul George make it to the finals where Paul George has yet to go to the finals. And also, in fairness to Rick Carlisle, I think he deserves this moment because you know what? He was and denied an NBA Finals appearance with the Pacers when Ron Artest went into the stands and Malice at the Palace happened.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know what? Like, there's something that's half disappointing yet half satisfying about this.
So Supergirl's coming out in June. Supergirl's coming out in June, so they don't need. I mean, they can have the panel there June of next year. Clayface is coming out by September and October next year. Don't have. I think they'll have the Supergirl. They'll have the lanterns. I mean, they still got a New York Comic Con. I know New York Comic Con is not as big as San Diego, but New York Comic Con is arguably the second biggest Comic Con in U.S. behind San Diego. Um, Look, to be fair, when Marvel Studios they had 2022 Comic Con, they had the Guardians of the Galaxy three cast be there with James Gunn and some of the cast, not every member was there. That was in July of 2022, and Guardians 3 came out in May of 2023. So I won't be surprised if they have the Supergirl cast there. Uh, no trailer. I don't expect a trailer though for Supergirl though. I don't expect a trailer for Supergirl. All right, because the 2022 Comic Con did not have a trailer for Guardians, so I don't expect a super. But Lanterns, which is going to come out early of next year, maybe. But it might want to save something for San Diego Comic Con because those are the only two projects that are in production right now: Supergirl and Lanterns. Clayface is getting set up. You know they're getting set up, or they might be set up. But yeah, so I don't know. And the thing with Marvel is, the thing with Marvel, it's very light too. Marvel is not heavy. They're not heavy right now. They're light. You got Avengers, Doomsday, Spider Man, and Secret Wars, and that Avengers Crash and Daredevil. But they might want to save some of that for D23. Okay, D23. But I don't know about DCU Batman being announced. I would love to see that. I would love to see that, and because I'm gonna say it right here, even though it's 2 months away, 2 months away Comic Con, like last year, which I did do a live stream for Comic Con for the Penguin panel and the Marvel Studios panel. I'll do that again next in July. In July, I'll do that again. July 20, whenever they schedule the panels, it's usually on a Saturday. I'll do that again. It was fun last time, but I don't know. Like, look, even though Superman's out, will be out 2 years before, 2 weeks before the Comic Con. They still might have the Superman panel there. It's there to talk about Superman and things like the future because when you see Superman, I'm not gonna say anything here because I don't want to spoil anything. But supposedly there's big after credit scenes that would dictate the future of the DCU, and you might want to get in more detail about that at Comic Con. So even though, like I said, even though the movie comes out 2 weeks before the the con, I can still see Superman being the Superman um, crew being there, and I still expect to see someone. I do expect maybe some announcements, but some updates on projects that are not production. We'll give a bit of an update on projects. Remember that, you guys, you didn't miss much, Jalen. Remember a couple of months ago when that article came out, right, about Pierre Safran and George and James Gunn about the state of the DCU. Maybe get an update from that 3 or 4 months later. Maybe an update from that at, uh, at Comic Con. While we're passionate is DCU Batman. Very funny. Oh, very funny, man. No, Red, you're the DCU Batman. Okay. I think I think that's a possibility. Like I'm just speculating. I'm just guessing, right? I'm just guessing what I believe, what I think. I mean, everybody's different. People think differently. I'm just not gonna go out there and oh, they're gonna announce a Wonder Woman movie. They might announce a Wonder Woman thing. I mean, James Gunn can kind of give us a little bit of positive news on Wonder Woman, positive excitement on Wonder Woman. I'm not gonna go out there. Oh, they're making a Green Arrow movie or anything like that. They might show footage of Supergirl. Footage, yeah. Uh, Mark Patterson the Batman is the very first DCU movie. Very funny, man. Okay, very very funny. Oh man, very funny. Where's Blinded? Oh, I did see something very funny today, a couple hours ago. I posted in the cult chat. Um,
Oh, I was laughing about that chat like during lunch break at the preschool, and what the assistant teacher's like, "What are you laughing at?" I'm like, "Oh, just something that me and my friends have created."
yeah. Something by Bryce Finbar is done in that chat. It's made everybody laugh. To watch really really good stuff from my buddy Finbar. People know Finbar. Some creating some great stuff in the group chat. But I saw stuff on YouTube the other day, which I posted in the group chat, the cult chat. Um, guys, new guys here, people that don't know that apparently I'm in a cult. So I made a DM group AEW cult just for the hell of it, for the fun of it. Um, I just put in a YouTube video from Jester Bell, good old buddy Jester Bell, who said Avengers Doomsday they should cancel it. I didn't watch the video because I know it's gonna be stupid. And I know what reasons will be, and I'm like, you're not gonna cancel that movie, okay? They're not gonna cancel Avengers Doomsday. They're not gonna cancel a movie that's the highest budgeted movie Disney has ever done. I'm sorry, they're not gonna cancel that movie. Why? Just because you don't like the MCU? Just because you don't like things to go away with the MCU? You suggest they cancel it? Too fucking bad. That's why this person like that's not in the business. Okay, and she did a whole video yesterday of Patrick Pascal. Please cancel it. Yeah. Oh yeah, Subway says. Oh man. And
I just wonder, like, is Peacemaker season two's intro gonna be? Do you really want to
oh,
taste this? Do.
apparently it's a new intro. We got like a new intro.
Because I remember like that intro really pissed off a lot of Snyder fans.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember the reactions from certain people was so hilarious.
oh yeah, I mean like that's so pissed off Spider fans so much. They couldn't understand it. Like I mean I saw one person saw the fart you know in the last episode when Peacemaker was just making fart noises because of the right, remember that? Like, this is why I don't watch James Gunn stuff because immaturity. Like you don't know the context of the scene. Oh my god. They're not canceling Avengers. No, like this person wants it to be canceled. You know what Jester Bell is, guys. I'll cancel you instead. Now I'll cancel you. She's a rage bait hater. Yeah, I mean, some people going. Some people. The Snyder fans don't like. The Snyder fans don't like humor for some reason. They don't like humor. Like, if you don't like humor, if okay, here's the thing about people that don't like humor. Yes, humor can be used as a self defense mechanism, right? And there's a lot of comedians or use humor because as a way to you know let their feelings get out. A lot of like there's a lot of comedians that are depressed and stuff like that. But if you don't have humor, period, you are really a miserable person. Uh, okay, okay, not a very happy person. Period at all. Humor is always right. I'm just saying, like, if you don't have humor, if you're always fucking serious 24/7, you are a miserable person. Just saying, just saying. All right, all right, all right.
Oh yeah, I also got the okay to bring back my storytelling class for a third straight summer.
Oh, nice, nice.
Probably gonna be the last summer to do it. I was originally not gonna do it this summer, but I've had a drive to do it again. So
Ah, what else, guys? Let's see what else. I don't know. Degrassi, you guys show me those toys once you get them, huh? When you get those McFarlane toys. Next week. Next week is Nintendo Switch week, guys. Two.
oh, the Karate Kid Legends premieres tonight.
I heard the movie's not that good.
I'm disappointed. I saw Mission Impossible this weekend.
How is it?
It was it was good, but it wasn't great.
I don't think Mission Impossible movies are ever great. I think they're just good.
No, they are great. At least like 4 to 8. That not 4 to 8, 4 to 7. They like Ghost Protocol, Rogue Nation, Fallout, and Dead Reckoning. They are great movies. The first and the third one are just good movies. The second one's forgettable. This was just a good one. The thing is, it's like Christopher McQuarrie, who's usually like a producer with Tom Cruise. He's directed the last four, including this one, and this is the weakest of his four movies.
He wants to do Tropic Thunder. Oh, well, not exactly Tropic Thunder, but a spin-off with Les Grossman.
Oh, I want to see that. I would definitely go see a Les Grossman spinoff.
I want to see Tom Cruise do comedy again. Tom Cruise hasn't done comedy in a long time.
The thing is, I feel like this movie, even though I thought it was good, it felt like basically Tom Cruise trying to just like prove a point that he can still do crazy stunts in his early 60s at times.
Yeah.
And Mission Impossible movies, for as long as they can be, they're usually quick paced. This was really slow paced.
Uh, I guess it's because of the end. It's the end.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this movie's gonna get compared to Dark Knight Rises,
Oh,
where it's like it's the longest and it feels slow at times. Like there's a sequence in the middle of the movie where he's in a submarine and it feels like he's in the submarine forever. Also, some of the Phantom Ministers they might call the movie woke
oh my God.
because Angela Bassett's character from Fallout returns as president of the United States. They got a Wayman president.
It's not the first time the cast woman is present in movies. Like it's not the
I
first
know,
time.
but it's like I can see the famous going. Mission Impossible goes woke in its final movie.
Fuck them.
A Wayman is president. Where's someone should check on Jeremy Griggs? But honestly, Thunderbolts was a better movie than this.
Yeah, Thunderbolts unfortunately is
I
popping up.
mean, I was anticipating Mission Impossible more than Thunderbolts, but Thunderbolts ended up being the better movie.
Unfortunately, Thunderbolts is not gonna probably not get to 400 million.
That's a
Unfortunately,
shame because it was a great movie in my opinion. I don't think it was just a good movie; it was a great movie.
yeah, it, yeah.
Honestly, I need more Yelena in my life.
More Elena. Give Elena like a
Ser-
Mark Ruffalo movie.
seriously, like I feel like I can relate to her in so many ways at times. I need a guy named Bob in my life
Bob.
that makes me feel good.
Bob. I just every time I think of Bob, I just think of Bob from Joker now.
Well, here's another movie that's also coming across as a bit concerning. It's Ballerina
Yeah, I heard not so good things about
because
it.
there's something about the embargo that's very sus.
They just had a premiere too, didn't they?
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. So I forgot what it was on Sean Chandler's. I'm not gonna pull up the video. I'm gonna try to pull up what was said because I was watching Sean Chandler's video on it before I went to work. Well, not well after I left the preschool and before I went to after school. I'm trying to find the video so I can not show it, but at least find what the quote was because this is a oh this just feels so weird. Okay, so apparently, what I guess is what the studio sent out. We encourage spoiler-free enthusiasm across social starting May 22nd at 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern time. If you are planning to review the film, critical, social, sentiment, and formal reviews are embargoed until Wednesday, June 4th at 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern time. That's like a day before the movie.
But there's what the spoiler could it be that they're worried about? I mean, they pretty much confirmed Keanu Reeves is in it. Like,
Hold on, Aaron. I can barely hear you. You gotta fix your audio.
like I was saying, what big spoiler could be worried about? I mean, Keanu Reeves is basically in it.
No, I'm not talking about spoilers. I'm saying that like it seems like this is it's like they're worried about I guess the reviews. I think I think they feel the movie's not good.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
So it's like I think they're really worried. And this is something that I've noticed like studios are doing when they know their movie's not good.
Mm-hmm.
They're waiting longer. Like Karate Kid Legends has yet to uplift its review embargo.
Karate Kid Legend was already out in some other country like a month ago, like earlier this month.
Yo, I was on the Wikipedia for that movie and I didn't read the plot, but I saw the plot was posted.
Yeah, yeah, it came out May 8th in some other country. I forgot what it was. Yeah, it already made Karate Kid already made 13 million at the box office worldwide. Like,
I mean, to be fair, like I I don't know how good the movie's gonna be. I mean, I like Karate Kid 2, which has gotten a mixed response. I actually finally watched the Jaden Smith Karate Kid this weekend.
oh my god, that was bad. I think I could channel. So I watched Christian Harloff. He saw it at a screening today. And you know he does those out there reactions, like 1 minute, 2 minutes. So he basically said it's basically a rip off of the first movie.
Oh, come on. Well, that's kind of like the 2010 movie.
Yeah, 2010 movie is a rip off of the first movie too.
Honestly, like the 2010 movie, I don't think the 2010 movie's bad, but I don't know, maybe because I'm watching it for the first time as an adult and not a teenager when it came out when I probably should have watched it for the first time.
It's always a dude. It's always a boy with a divorced parent, right? Mother, right? They don't, right? They don't have like a divorced father. It's always a boy, right? It's always a boy with a divorced with a mother. That's it. They never
but
changed.
hold on, I'm trying to get to my point,
You should
which
go
is,
both. You should go both, George, with a boy, with a girl, and a father's then.
but my point is about the movie is like, I don't know, maybe because I was an adult watching this movie for the first time and not a teenager when it came out at the time it originally did. But it's like there's just something about watching a kid Jaden Smith getting the crap beaten out of him kind of brutally that just does not feel right to me. I don't know. Like, is it me or like are these were these actors and characters just too young for a movie like this?
James Smith, I don't think he acted. I don't think he learned acting at all. I think his father and mother just got him the role because how powerful
What
he
is
was.
it? No, I'm not even going after Jaden Smith's acting. I'm just saying like the fight scenes. I'm like, this is kind of brutal for kids that are like in what, early middle school?
Yeah.
Like this is kind of brutal. It's like the original Karate Kid. Like those characters were like seniors in high school, and the actors were like in their late teens, early 20s.
Hmm.
It was just very uncomfortable to watch.
I know what the post credit scene is. It'll make you cheer a bit. But the movie
Also,
should.
I was remind also like they play a Justin Bieber song during the credits that kind of annoyed me.
What they should have done. I know Netflix Cobra Kai ended. The movie should have concluded Cobra Kai, and it should have been a Netflix movie. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm saying it here. Karate Kid should have been a Netflix movie, and it should not have been this enough. It should have been the conclusion to the series. That's, that would have been so much better. I think because I watched Cobra Kai, I loved it, but I think they could have easily trimmed down last season into a movie.
Yo, honestly, could you imagine like the stuff with like Terry Silver and Crease like as a movie?
Kreese becomes a good guy at the end. Like God, redeemable.
Yo, I'll say this: the like Cobra Kai kind of got really crazy in season 6, but at the same time, it was so crazy good and entertaining.
And the whole show is really ridiculous, huh? And
Well, I mean, like let's be real here. These kids should have gotten kicked out of school.
there should be a juvie, some of them. I
Yo, the see
They're
like
part of a gang. They're not a dojo. They're a gang.
like here's the thing that the season 2 finale fight in the high school. I'm like, yo, this happened in real life. First of all, it'd be on the news, like the evening news, like world, like ABC World News. It'd be on ABC World News.
How the fuck? How the fuck did Tori? What's his name? Tori. Like I know Robbie accidentally knocked Miguel off the staircase because he put on his back, became paralyzed for a while. Now she went to juvie for that. But Tori, that was an accident. But Tori, what's her name? Tori? I don't know. Whatever. But Tori stabbed Sam, right? Stab Sam, but she they don't send her to juvie. They give her like something else, like another deal. I'm like, her was intentional. Robbie was an accidental. Like, what the fuck? Doesn't make sense.
Yo, Tori is the example of a mean girl really trying to harm another girl.
Oh, especially in season two. Yeah.
Yo, it's crazy to believe that the actress that played that sweet girl in Diary of a Wimpy Kid that Greg Heffley had a crush on.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god.
Peyton List, you know, she I think she'd be a good choice to play Gwen Stacy in the MCU,
The one that kicked her
but
ass.
I doubt it's gonna happen.
Man, they should have concluded Cobra Kai with the movie. They got the next
But it's
chapter.
like honestly, like I think it would have been more fascinating to see a Karate Kid movie where where Daniel and Chosen are like continuing Miyagi's teachings somewhere else.
Hmm.
I mean, no disrespect to Jackie Chan, he is one of the bright spots of the 2010 movie, but I feel like especially with how Chosen was handled in Cobra Kai, I feel like that would have been more fan satisfaction.
Chozo was hilarious in Cobra Kai. Like he was he was a sideshow comedy act. And
Yo, he went from trying to kill Daniel in the 80s
yeah,
and like being this like rip-off artist to being like yo, he was basically the definition of a Dragon Ball Z character in real life.
yeah, he was.
Seriously, like he went from being an enemy that wanted to kill the protagonist to being the protagonist's closest friend.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Almost all the antagonists end up becoming allies, except for Terry Silver. I mean, even Kreese at the end became eventually redeemed himself, became a good guy. At the end, Terry Silver is the only villain that never turned, never became good. Now he
Yo,
reversed that.
Terry Silver, good lord, he scares the crap out of me. That guy.
He is psychotic.
Yo, I was rewatching Karate Kid Part 3 the other weekend, and I'm like, good lord, even in this movie, he was crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, like seriously, like looking at the play that him and Kreese had in Karate Kid 3, it's like, so to restore Cobra Kai, we gotta mentally break this 18-year-old kid.
Oh yeah.
Yo, like I mean, obviously 18, you're an adult, but still,
He's still young. I mean, you can still take advantage of an 18-year-old.
it's just so weird.
Yeah. All right, George. I thank you for coming on, man.
Anytime. Oh, wait, one thing I wanted to say, like the funniest thing about Chosen was like when he's swimming in the pool and Daniel's wife sees him and she realizes he's not wearing clothes and he's like
Yes, yeah.
happily saying, "Good morning, Amanda-san."
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Chosen, just like not realizing he's making Daniel's wife uncomfortable.
Mhm. Yep. All right. Thank you, George.
Yeah, anytime.
Um, thank you guys. I'll be back tomorrow for sure and Thursday. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment below. Also, I'll be back Saturday, Sunday. I'll be back for
Pe-
sure.
Peace.
Peace out. I mean, Blind will join us. Take care, guys.